Hey y'all, it's Addison Rae
and Sheri.
Welcome to our podcast, Mama Knows Best, a podcast original. Every week we'll explore the touchy subjects of love, dating, relationships, and growing up.
And I always know best.
Or do you? And just a friendly reminder, you can find episodes of Mama Knows Best for free, exclusively on Spotify.
Remember to follow the podcast so you never miss a brand new episode every week.
Today's episode, we're talking about childhood crushes. Those people in school or even the celebrities that we thought we loved when we were maybe too young to even know what love was. Let's get into it. Honestly, I really feel like I just had a crush on so many guys because I was just like, oh my gosh, boys. As a little girl, you're like, love guys. They're so cute. Even as a kindergartner, you're like, ooh, this boy's cute. And you flirt with the boys by punching them in the face or something. I don't know. I'm kidding. But you totally get told that. You're like, oh my gosh, if they're mean to you, they totally like you. And you're like, why? Every kid comes home crying this boy was mean to me. And they're like, oh, it's because they like you. It's such a lie. They just don't like you. They're annoyed by you. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I feel as you get older, so I'd say elementary, middle school, I've had crushes on a lot of guys that were very random. I would just randomly be like, oh my gosh, this guy's so funny. He makes me laugh in class. And I like him. Or a lot of times with who I'd be assigned by in class would be guys I'd have a crush on. Or different sports, friends and things like that.
No, I didn't feel that way. Growing up, I really had maybe one or two crushes at the most.
Interesting. I feel I had a lot more than that, but they were definitely celebrities and stuff too.
Yeah, no, I had celebrity crushes, but I didn't know if you were
just talking about school.
Just talking about school, school crushes.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of those too. I feel not really actually. I could probably name all of the guys I've ever had a crush on, to be honest. But it'd probably be a good 2 handfuls. I've had a crush on a lot of people.
At your schools?
Yeah. My celebrity crushes were Justin Bieber. I really liked One Direction, especially in middle school. And then
Zac
Efron, Ryan Gosling, they're pretty random and all over the place, but definitely had a crush on all of them.
So mine was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Young Leo. Now Leo's super cool too, though. The Great Gatsby, a fabulous movie. Love Leo. But as a child, for sure, I had a crush on him and Titanic and stuff. I remember me and
I don't know. Most of my crushes were on animals.
What? I definitely had a crush on Danny Phantom.
Free Willy, that. I'm
yeah.
That was my all-time
Wait, the boy
favorite.
from it or the whale?
The whale.
Oh my gosh, this is awkward.
I totally loved the kid, but
Mom,
I really wanted to just have a relationship with the whale.
Okay, but that's not a crush. You just liked the whale.
A joke, I know. But that's why I'm saying, I didn't really...
You didn't care about boys.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah. I liked Danny Phantom, the cartoon. He was so hot to me.
See, I didn't... Yeah.
Cartoons
I liked the
crush.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so...
Oh my gosh.
I really loved
Mom.
them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I used to have the toys.
Would you, kiss them and stuff?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, that was getting weird if you'd have said yes. But for me, I definitely had a crush on Danny Phantom. He was always cute. I've had crushes on a lot of cartoons, I feel like.
I can't believe I was thinking that I didn't do that, but I did on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. But they were literally turtles, so how?
What do you mean? That was a cartoon.
Mom, they were turtles. It doesn't matter. Mom was at least a human cartoon.
No, they talked. They were, yeah. What do you mean?
All right. Whatever floats your boat, Mama. What'd you ever do to those cartoons to get their attention, Mom? Besides buy the action figures.
I DM'd them. My crush's attention. I really didn't do much, to be honest. I didn't try to go out of my way to get their attention.
Yeah, I feel that's not very you.
No, yeah.
I feel in school, I haven't done much embarrassing things to get their attention besides purposely sit by them in class or stuff like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to crushes I ever had. For sure, just try to walk by them at all moments. At lunch, totally getting up and walking by your table 100 times, making it quite obvious that I want to look at you. And then I feel other than that, yeah, sitting by them in class, maybe grading their paper, drawing my name on their paper when I grade it. It's part of the plan, hey, look, here's my name. You're going to see it when you get your graded paper back. So hope you think about me. I've totally told people that my friends have crushes on, but like in the most discreet way to see if they have a crush on them first, you know? Like, no, I wouldn't really tell them then. I guess if I know my friend has a crush on someone, I'll try to get it out of the other person that they like them as well. So then I can like set them up low-key. But I do know that I used to play like 21 questions with people that I had crushes on. And I'd be like, let's play 21 questions as like a kid. And then I'd be like, who's your crush? Who do you like? And like try to get them to say me. Like if I liked them, I would be like, what's your favorite color? And they'd be like blue. And I'd be like, do you like me? Like just to ask them to see that if they liked me or not. Or like, do you think I'm pretty? As like an elementary school kid. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I want rice and gravy so bad right now.
No.
I literally just got like a whiff or something of rice and gravy. I started thinking about this one time when I went to this, it's a festival in Lafayette. And it was like, they had all kind of Cajun food there. It was like different
Festival
stations.
International or something. International.
It was something like that. No, this had like a concert at it though. Like it was like,
That's
like,
what.
is that what it
Festival,
is?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is what it is then. I just, for no reason, I think I had a crush on someone that was there and it just brought me straight to that. And it's like very spicy, very like not seafoody, but like people make it a lot usually at those things and it just tastes different than yours does. It's like the rice is a little like more hard, like not as soft. And then it's like sausages in it for sure, chicken's in it. And it's like in those little styrofoam cups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally drooling right here.
I think it's more like a jambalaya because you have like the sausage, the beef mixed up, but not a lot of gravy.
No, the ones that I have are like almost gumbo-y.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking of. And it's literally making me drool. I definitely have a crush on rice and gravy and gumbo and Cajun food. So if you can cook some Cajun food, probably have a crush on you. Please slide in my DMs. And if you want to know how to slide in my DMs, slide up on a story or send me some Cajun food, please.
Some pictures of food.
Pictures of food. That is literally the key to my heart. I'm for sure one that loves some good food porn. So next up, we're going to speak about confronting your crush and how to take it to the next level with them.
Hi, listeners. Parcast has teamed up with the co-hosts from the hit podcast Morbid to bring you the next big thing in true crime and podcasts and countdowns. It's called Crime Countdown, and you can hear new episodes every Monday. Here's Ash and Elena to tell you more.
Hi, I'm Ash. And I'm Elena, and we're hosting the new Parcast original series, Crime Countdown.
Ever wonder who the worst serial killer was?
How about the creepiest cult?
Or which is the coldest of all cold cases?
Well, Parcast thinks you deserve answers.
Or at least some passionate opinions, and they've enlisted us and the Parcast research gods to get to the bottom of things.
Every Monday on Crime Countdown, we'll discuss 10 unsettling true crime stories centered around a common theme.
We'll try to shock, surprise, and one-up each other, debating each case and its ranking with just a hint of humor.
We can't help it!
Episode topics range from the off-putting to the offbeat and include the top 10 fatal romances, the top 10 Zodiac killer theories, and even the top 10 stolen body parts.
We may not always agree,
and we may not be experts.
but that's what the research gods are for. Follow our new series, Crime Countdown, free on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now that we've established our crushes, let's discuss how we actually confront them. So a moment when I've confronted my childhood crush is probably just, like I said, the 21 questions things for sure is how I slid my way in there. But I think I definitely had a crush on one of my best friend's brothers one time. And I totally just told him in front of everyone. And I was like, I like you. And then I literally made him pull my tooth out because I was like, oh my gosh, of course, he's my crush. Why would he not pull my tooth out? And it was loose. So he did it in the front yard of my best friend's aunt's house or something. I literally remember it being in the front of the yard and being like, pull my tooth out. And he knew I liked him for sure.
And so it was like some kind of special moment that you would be able to say you shared with him and he pulled your tooth out. And then he could also kind of look very tough and you could look tough too. By letting him pull your tooth?
Exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is going to make him love me. We hear sharing a moment.
That's a memory. That's unique.
Yeah, someone else pulling your tooth out.
Nobody does that.
No, I know. Trust me, I know. He might have thought I was weird, but at least we shared a moment together.
Right.
And I've never forgot it. I remember when he pulled my tooth out. I think I may have been around like 9 or 10.
Are you sure you have? Well, yeah, it was a baby tooth.
That was definitely around that age. No, he literally just knocks me out and pulls out one of my real teeth, my adult teeth. He's like, "Aw," and I'm like, "Aw, we shared a moment." My tooth was on the ground, my adult tooth. No, but seriously, I do remember that. It was just a moment when I told him I liked him, and he
come
pulled my
out
tooth out.
till later on. So
Yeah. I feel like my crushes growing up, for sure, like all were very funny and like made me laugh a lot. They're really random, actually. Like none of them had anything in common at all, ever. But I feel like more now, my crushes have things in common that I recognize. But like then, it was literally just anyone who breathed. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally have a crush on him. He's so cute. Like to all my friends. And I just like always, I mean, obviously a lot of kids are super like, oh my gosh, I just want to have a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like even young, like Lucas is like, girlfriend, boyfriend. Like he'll say it, not really mean it, but you'll say it a lot without knowing anything behind it.
yeah.
And that's totally how I was. And then in middle school, I was like the kissing bandit, or so Dad called me. But I didn't really kiss that many people, maybe like 3 people, okay? And it was like pecks, and it was like literally like truth or dare, bet you won't give him a peck. And did it. Now we're in love, and we'll get married one day. That's literally how I was, though. If I hugged a guy, I was like, oh my gosh, we must get married one day. Like it was literally just how I thought. But like now, I definitely have like a type, I would say. Not really a type. Like not physically, but like their personality. I have like a type. Like someone that's outgoing, fun. I love nice people. And I feel like now it's more easy to identify when I have a real crush, because I like definitely know. I look forward in the future rather than just being like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Let me talk to him. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, I've had people tell me they have a crush on me. And it just depends if it's mutual or not. And if it's not, I'm like pretty straightforward. I'm like, oh, actually not very straightforward. Now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. But like, for the most part, I'm just like, oh, you're such a good friend. I feel like it's kind of like, you just have to be honest and be like, well, when I see you as a friend, like, so sorry, like that means a lot to me that you care about me, but like, it's just not the right time for that, you know? But like, other than that, revealing my crushes, like that. See, I feel like when you really have a crush on someone and they also have a crush on you, you both just like know.
You kind of know.
You know, yeah. So like, you wouldn't really reveal it because they'd kind of just, it'd be obvious. Would I ever talk to you about my crushes?
No.
No. Agreed. Don't think I ever did either. I think you definitely knew about like the older crushes though. Like I would tell you about like, oh, remember like the shoes story and stuff. Like I would tell you that stuff. Or like I'd be like, oh, I'm going here and I like this guy.
Like someone that you couldn't really realistically be with.
I mean, no. I was like realistically with them.
Oh.
We never really had conversations about my crushes or like guys I liked or what I liked. We just were never that close. We're definitely closer now. I mean, none of this would relate to my childhood because I was very like,
because
not talking about
because your personality type is a little different than mine. So I would say, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't go up to them, or you shouldn't tell your crush. You should, let them tell you.
But no, I was like, no, ma'am, I like you. Hi.
Let them come to you. And she would more than likely say no, or not even say no, just do the opposite.
And just talk to them and say I like them into their face. But no, seriously, I feel like we just had different personality types growing up. So like I definitely was more the type to be like, hi, I like you. I'm Addison. Nice to meet you. And you are cute. And even the same with like the DMs of people. I would just be like, hey, I like you. Or like, hey. I remember I used to DM celebrities when I was really young, like probably like 10 and 11, 12, and be like, hey, you should call me. And like literally send them my number as if they were just going to call me or something. Hey, this is my address. Come over. We should hang out. Where are you at? Literally asking celebrities, what's your address? I want to send you mail. And like they would respond ever. Definitely didn't happen.
I want to send you mail. You just want to show up at their house.
Just show up there. There's been celebrities that have DM'd me that I've definitely had crushes on that will now talk to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, still so crazy. So awesome. But they'll like want to be friends, and then we'll kind of like have a friendship, which is super dope and super awesome, which I'm always down for. But definitely people have been like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with their art or their music or their dancing or their videos or whatever. Like, and they'll message me and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like the crush is still obviously, I feel like anyone you have a crush on in your life, you always still have that little bit of like, oh, I liked them so much, But like, it's not as crazy. And you're like, oh wow, that's really cool that they hit me up and talked to me. And now we're all of a sudden friends. And speak to each other, but it's not like weird or anything. It's like, oh my gosh, when I was little, I liked you so much, you know? And then you think it's kind of cool. You like satisfy that little bit of like crush on them when you were young. Next up, we're going to share some advice on what we think is best to do when trying to approach your crush. Now let's talk about advice we can give to everyone who has crushes out there, which, let's be honest, is definitely all of us somewhere in our hearts. Here's a little bit of tips we got. So, top 3 ways to approach your crush. For me, I'd say be confident. Do the DMs, slide in if you can. Even if you know them, it's really easy to do it over the phone, just in case you feel awkward. Another way I'd say is like write a note. I know no one does that anymore, but I feel like that's such a genuine and cute and sweet way to do it. And if someone had a crush on me and they wrote me a note, I'd probably like be more interested in them. You know what I mean? Like even if I wasn't initially, if I saw that they took the time to like do something genuine and sweet, I would for sure have a little bit more interest. So that's just a little thing from me. The third and final way I'd say is to surround yourself with people that they're with and like hang out with them. And that's kind of like the best way to kind of get to know them on a deeper level with their friends and like hang out with them. And then from that point on, just see if it kind of clicks. What about you, Mom? What advice would you give on how to speak to someone you are interested in, or a crush, if you will?
Don't do it. Run.
Bah!
And maybe they'll run after you, and then you know they like you.
That's actually really clever. Like literally act like you hate everyone, and if someone acts like they like you, then you know.
You absolutely know. There's definitely it's obvious at that point if they like you.
Yeah. That's definitely not the way I would approach it, but I do like the way you look at that, Mom. It's pretty funny. But knowing what you know now, or like what you've gone through and been through, would you have done anything differently with like people you've had crushes on or anything? I feel like for me, no. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would still do the same thing.
Yeah. And you'd literally just run, which is run.
I mean, yeah, I maybe give a look or something like, but if I didn't feel like it was reciprocated or anything from that point, like, I wouldn't do anything else.
Yeah, just like move on.
I would immediately know. Like you just know.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I don't know, you just stop having that crush. You move on.
Yeah, like as a kid, you like don't let that stop you though. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I can make them like me.
No, I didn't do that.
For me, for sure. I was like, he doesn't like me. Let me try again. He might like me tomorrow. But I think if you ever were to get rejected by a crush that you had built up a lot of confidence to speak to or anything, and they say no, I think kind of take that and like you say, Mom, like just move right on, you know? And crushes are really, really easy and simple and not anything too crazy or developed. I think a crush is more of like, oh my gosh, I'm interested in him. He's cute. So if it doesn't work out, you kind of just take that and move on to the next one.
Maybe some people just have that one crush.
Yeah, no, totally. If you have that one crush, and it definitely isn't easy to just move right along. It can be
a little heartbreaking. So,
yeah.
Which is why I would say maybe guard your heart a little bit, you know, be guarded to where you don't get your heart broken too badly.
I agree. I think for some people, you can invest a lot of time in a crush or someone that you think you are going to be with. And if it doesn't work out, it's not always easy to just move along and find a new crush. But if you are going through that and you're really heartbroken about it, I think definitely confide in friends and people around you that you love, and guard your heart for sure, and not let yourself fall too deep before really knowing a little bit more. I would say I wouldn't go back and change anything. I think everyone I've ended up with or like talked to has been people that were meant to be in my life to teach me a lesson. So at the end of the day, it is either a lesson or a blessing, and it may last and it may not. But as long as you're having fun and like around people that you enjoy, I think crushes are harmless and very fun and easy way to get to know what you like and are interested in. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week with hopefully another great episode.
You can find all episodes of Mama Knows Best for free exclusively on Spotify.
Don't forget to follow the podcast, and we'll bring you a brand new episode every week.
And if you like this show, follow @Parcast on Instagram and @Parcast Network on Twitter.
And if you guys have any questions or topics that you guys want us to talk about, you can tweet me @WhoIsAddison or find me on Instagram and DM me @Addison Rae with 2 E's at the end.
Or me @Sheri Nicole on Instagram, or @Sheri Nicole with an extra E on the end on Twitter.
Thank Thank you guys again for listening. We love y'all so much. See you next time. Mama Knows Best is a Parcast Studios original. It is executive produced by Max Cutler. Sound designed by Jamie Ryan. It's produced by Kristen Acevedo, John Cohen, and Jonathan Ratliff. Mama Knows Best stars Addison Rae and Sheri Nicole.